I was gonna wait to do the video, but seeing how as if I'm at the gig and we kind of slow. I work in a cold freezer. If y'all wonder why I got on so many motherfucking clothes and shit. Best job I ever had in my life. You know what I'm saying? 4 days, Monday through Thursday, 10-hour shifts, $19 an hour. You know what I mean? And we only work when they dropping the load off or it's an outbound load. And we do full pallets. I ain't gotta break shit down. I put the whole pallet on. I take the whole pallet off. Period. Simple. And then you sit down and you wait until another order come. And I got about an hour for another order to even come. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this Killing the Hood Mentality Part 3. You heard me? Where I want to start off at. I want to start off with black men, young black men, older black men. We have to do a better job of communicating, not only with our significant others, but with each other. You know what I'm saying? The significant other, if you have a significant other, comes first. You have to have an honest, open line of communication with your significant other. It's imperative, bro. You know what I mean? Because it's not just for their sanity, but for yours. You know what I mean? A lot of times as men, we go outside into this world, bro. A lot of us selling drugs, a lot of us doing drugs, a lot of us partaking in thugging, you know what I mean? Beefing with individuals, so forth and so on. And all that stuff affects our mental health. You know what I'm saying? It affects our sleeping, it affects our decision making, it affects everything. And if we're not able to communicate with each other, which is something I noticed amongst my peers, you know what I'm saying? I have some associates that I can open up to, and we have a dialogue about real life events, you know what I mean, and the way those things affect us. But for the most part, brothers do not like communicating about those things. Like, that's not a prolonged conversation that's going to be had. Like, I've tried it with individuals from my city, and motherfuckers don't want to talk about those things. Anything of seriousness, they don't really want to entertain that. Motherfuckers rather talk about Wifey and Lucci. You know what I'm saying? What kind of car he got? Did you hear what Boosie said? Hey, man, you seen that shit? You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to us, it's almost like people from East Chicago or in my age range. It's almost like you can tell the people who have low self-esteem, because there's no way we should be hoarding wisdom, you know what I mean, or information about life or things we've been through. You know what I mean? If we ain't sharing it with each other, we ain't sharing it with our kids. So your kids ain't in a rush to talk to you, because they don't know your life story. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know any of your experiences. They looking at you like shit's just another nigga. I don't know nothing about you. You know what I mean? Because we don't communicate. We don't have that open line of communication. Then we're not teaching. We're not teaching a generation that feel like they don't need us anyway. But we weren't taught. We didn't have great leadership from the generation before us. Or if we did, we ran from it. You know what I mean? Like, we had Pastor Haynes coming up. We used to run from him. We didn't want to hear anything constructive. Mental health is serious, man. Especially when you're dealing with drugs. Because there's been time when I was lost in the sauce, getting high, doing drugs, popping pills. You know what I'm saying? Smoking, doing coke, whatever. Oh, and to speak on that, I see a lot of people subliminally talk shit to people who have a different selection of drug choice. You know what I'm saying? I see people always say, I ain't never snorted cocaine. But you did ecstasy. And if you do any research on the drugs that you put in your body, then you would know that there is cocaine and ecstasy. It's filled with caffeine, motherfucking cocaine. It's just fillers. It's nearly nothing. It's just a little bit of cocaine and then caffeine and bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's just packed up into a pill. But in order for you to get a high, it has to be a drug in there. You see what I'm saying? And then, like I said, people don't research this. They don't tell the generation beneath them. You know what I mean? When we first started getting high, popping pills and doing all those things, you had to have water. We was drinking water. You know what I mean? Because that's how you're supposed to do it, because your kidneys and your organs are overworking themselves. You know what I mean? To combat this drug that you have in your bloodstream. That's why you be out your body, you overheating and your jaw crooked and all that. It's cocaine. So, whether you didn't snort it, it's been in your body, and in 10 out of 10, you was born with it in your system. So that's how we get addicted to a lot of these drugs. You know what I mean? Our parents was on drugs. So once you experiment with a drug and you take a liking to it, it's because 10 out of 10, it was already in your system when you was born. You know what I mean? Your body just naturally took to it and it yearns for it. And over a period of time, with you doing these things, or you doing drugs and these mind altering drugs, your mental health becomes impacted. I don't care what no one says. Yes, we might be out there looking normal, acting normal, talking normal. But you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of times when I was out there, I wasn't in my right state of mind. I was acting normal. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was doing weird shit. I was doing weird shit. You know, and that's because mentally I was not stable. You know what I mean? And if you partying every weekend, you're not giving your brain enough time to come down and or your body enough time to recharge itself. You know? And then for most of us, we've been doing these mind altering drugs, hard drugs, since we were teenagers. You know what I mean? And the generation the generation up under us, the brothers in their late 20s to early 20s and teenagers, they're going to be in a world of trouble because they're doing the same thing we were doing, but they're doing it from a prescription perspective, which is going to be rough on the organs. It's going to be rough on the body. You know what I'm saying? I ended up stopping totally doing hard drugs because I was beginning to feel sharp shooting pains. You know what I'm saying? In my body, whether it be in my abdomen area. I felt it sometime like in my even in my anal area, like a shooting pain. Like, what the fuck was that? You know what I'm saying? Fuck wrong with me? You gotta go to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with these you don't even, you gotta go to a doctor to tell them. But you got a lot of people, they scared to do that. They don't want to go do that. They terrified to go check on their health. You know what I'm saying? For instance, I had a situation one time where you know, cause we when we young and we fucking, and I was one of those cats. I was talented. I was the Mr. Miyagi of running trains on girls. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my nigga wants some too. You know, and I was pretty much I was pretty much 100% with my record. You know, as far as getting women to go with my guys. You know what I'm saying? And that's who I was in the clique. You know what I'm saying? I was that dude. You know what I'm saying? These niggas, they couldn't get no girl to do that shit. I mean, a lot of my partners got motivated to get some money because they weren't gonna get no bitches as long as I was around. Yeah, for real. I had to give for gab. The vernacular was spectacular. It still is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Even as a young age, when we doing that, we weren't taught properly how to have sex. You know what I'm saying? And if you're blessed to have women who like you that much that they will share themselves with another friend of yours, understand something. When you young, you 13, 14, 15, 16, whatever, how old you is, early 20s, whatever age you is, you doing that. When the guys that you're sharing these girls with, as you get older and you still around these guys, they become into feeling like they're entitled to all your hoes. They want your main thing. They want all. They think they can hit all your hoes now. They want all. It becomes an envious thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's a challenge. So if you got that talent where you get women to give into you a little more than other dudes, don't share them. Don't share them. Keep them away from niggas, period. I'm telling you, if you got you a good girl who take care of you, hold you down, they envy that because you come across a lot of people we hang with when we're young. We hang around these people when they're in a depressed season. We hang around them when they're in a sad season. They don't say this. They don't tell you. But that energy is there. So anything you got good for you, going for you, then it's your season to win. But you got this nigga, he's dealing with depression, but he's around you. That energy's gonna creep on you. He's dealing with sadness. He's dealing with being broke. He dealing with, damn, I wish I had a girl like he is, man. Why I can't get a girl like that? And people will slowly begin to envy you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Which is mental health in itself. You know what I'm saying? Because now you looking at your boys funny, and if you doing drugs, they gonna tell you it's because you on drugs. Now they blaming it on drugs, so you have to get sober to be able to differentiate if you tripping or if you not. You know what I'm saying? And back to the sex thing. As kids, we're not taught the proper ways to have sex, the proper ways to put on a rug, the proper ways to sleep with a woman, be with a woman. They not even taught. Really, and in most cases, they out there just fucking. You know, and we throwing our dick on the crap table. We start doing that at an early age. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I used to introduce my street partners to girls from school. We run trains on them. And in return, I'm out thugging all night on a late night, they try to return the favor because they can't do it with no regular girl. They introduce you to dope fiend head and shit. Hey man, you want some head? I just gave her an extra sack for you. And now you getting your dick sucked by dope fiends and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you hanging with the hood niggas. You know what I'm saying? This is every hood. You know what I'm saying? If your nigga so dope, it's a good chance he got some head from a dope fiend. You know what I'm saying? For real. This is how that shit goes. You know what I mean? Fortunately for me, and the thing that I had and I always had in my back pocket was knowing that as long as my mind stays strong, I'm gonna be alright because I'm smarter than these niggas. I used to tell them, nigga, I'm smarter than you niggas. I knew it. They know it. You know what I'm saying? If you got some intelligence, the people you hang around, they know if you intelligent or not. It's up to them to decide whether or not they gonna help you utilize your intelligence to get to the next level. But in most cases, you know, they don't really give a fuck about being around you. You know what I'm saying? But we running through this motherfucker. We dealing with street problems. We dealing with health problems. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers nowadays don't wear rubbers. You know what I'm saying? Don't go get tested. Now, if you go get tested, if you do annual checkups, and I pride myself on this. I go get annual checkups. I've always been an honest nigga with women that I've slept with. I remember one time vividly, I had, I was always like a little Bill Bellamy type nigga. I'm fucking 2-3 girls a day. You know what I'm saying? And I was doing that shit 13, 14, 15 years old. I mean, I had a couple summers. I was doing that 2 a days. I'm knocking 2 bitches down a day. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I got older, I was probably like 17, 16, some shit like that. 17, 18, I was somewhere up. So I think I was in my 20s when this shit happened. But anyway, I had got burnt and I had been sleeping with a couple of women. You know what I'm saying? I went and got myself checked out. Oh yeah, check it right. I was talking to one of my homeboys, so I'm telling him, I'm like, hey man, I'm finna go get tested, bro, cause my dick ain't right. Gotta go to fifth. Sneaking in on that elevator. You know, that's an embarrassing feeling. You gotta sneak in that motherfucker on downstairs. Gotta get on downstairs. Anyway, went on downstairs. I'm talking to the lady. No, before I went to the lady, before I got there, I'm telling my homeboy, I ain't gonna say his name. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm finna go get my motherfucking dick check. I ain't right. He like, man, shit, I need to go too, bro. So basically, you weren't gonna go if I didn't tell you I was finna go. And this is a serious situation because a lot of men go through this. You know what I'm saying? They scared to go get checked on. They scared of all that shit. They'll wait for the woman to go. And the scary part about now is women are not going back telling men that they are dealing with irritable situations in a vaginal area. They not doing that because they dealing with 2-3 dudes. So they don't know who gave it to them. They just got to look at you and stop giving you the pussy. Because they don't know. They don't know if they got it from you. They don't know if they got it from another motherfucker. So the only thing they can do is just stop fucking you. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And if you go get annuals, the doctor tell you that they don't even check for herpes no more. They say that shit can hide in you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you got men out here not going to check. And then you got people like myself. I got homeboys who they nasty niggas. They just nasty niggas. That's what they do. They fuck different bitches. They don't give a fuck about how the bitch built, look, none of that shit. That's how they get their paper. They macking and they attacking. And they hitting big bitches, small bitches, little bitches, tall bitches. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we see the cold sores on their mouth every now and then, and niggas trying to chop it up. Oh, you ate a bad piece of pussy. No, he gets those frequently, sir. Those come back every 3 to 6 months, or however often he get them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, these brothers go out, and niggas go out and look for hoes with these brothers. How? That's why I got me one girl. I'm doing one at a time. One woman at a time. You know what I'm saying? That's how you ensure your dick clean. You know what I mean? Because you going woman to woman. You don't know who she slept with yesterday or so forth or so on. You know what I mean? And then, until you start going to check up on your health, you ain't going to take your shit serious. You ain't going to respect your dick. You just, especially if you off that dope, you looking for any woman who open up her motherfucking mouth. You trying to fuck BBWs, white bitch, nigga pull up on a crackhead off that dope at 3 in the morning and try to get some jaw. At 38. Like, that's crazy. But I'm going to talk about it. You know? Like, for instance, one time, I was scared than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And I have no problem talking about anything I went through in life, because once you start doing comedy, you start to understand comedy. You understand, well, you don't know what Bernie Mac was talking about until you start doing comedy. When he was like, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. That's real talk. That's real talk. For instance, and this is a testimony. One time I thought I had AIDS, right? I swear to God, I thought I had AIDS, though. I go to the doctor, right? And they be like, pull your pants down. You know what I mean? Ready to do that, find out what's wrong with you and shit. I say, all right, let me get heavy first. You know what I'm saying? Let this motherfucker get a little weight on you. You know what I'm saying? Can't just be whipping this motherfucker out. So anyway, finally get heavy, I peel him out. Show the lady. And the lady like, what's, you know what I'm saying? Asked me what's going on with me, and I show her. She like, that's Candida. I said, what the fuck is Candida? She like, so she leaves, she come back with like some cream and shit. You know what I'm saying? Bitch that gave me a yeast infection. Now man, all this shit is old. I got a woman, I'm not embarrassed of anything. I tell my girl everything. Chick gave me a yeast infection, long story short. I'm thinking I'm finna die, nigga, whole 9. All I had to do was go up aisle 9 and apply some topical ointment for a week. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm going through this shit, if I was going through that shit, that was in 2018, 2017. And then shortly after that, and my brother, Devin Miller, he'll attest to this. After I went through that situation, I just practiced celibacy. I said, I'm done with hoes and lusting for women when I'm high, because I make terrible decisions. And shit, this go for anybody, man. One mistake, it could cost you your life, bro. You know what I'm saying? You run around this bitch playing with these different girls, and these girls don't care no more. They think they niggas. They fucking with niggas from Chicago and niggas from different cities and all this, and niggas who've been in the penitentiary, and they ain't doing no background checks and no checkup on these niggas or making these niggas get their dick checked. That's why I told my daughter, I said, if you gonna be out here sucking dick, turn on the lights. Look at it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be around this bitch acting like you grown but sucking dick under covers. Turn on the lights. You want to do it? I encourage every woman to do it. Don't listen to none of these niggas. They nasty as hell, and they'll put anything in your mouth. And as long as we got them fucking up the pussy population, it's gonna be hard for cats like me to get into a polyamorous relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I can't have that, because I gotta have a deuce. I'm just playing, baby. Unless you gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, I'm physical health too. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about physical health. Physical health. We for the most part, people who grew up or been in jail, grew up in juvenile detention center, or been in prison at some point in time in their life, we take better care of ourselves in jail. We have better relationships with God in jail. You know what I'm saying? Some of us build our strongest relationships with God in jail. But when we get back in this free world, sometimes we are corrupted. And a lot of times it's the women that we choose. Like I had a girl in Florida. I'm overcoming the drug problem. I got in college. I'm doing good for myself. I'm not focused on anything worldly. I'm walking to church. You know what I'm saying? 10 songs, I'm at church. You know what I'm saying? Marvin Sapp, heavy on my fucking playlist. You know what I'm talking about? Inviting women to go to church. They don't want to go to church. The girl I was with before I left Indiana to try to change my life, I told her, let's go to church. You don't have to go to church to change your life. This is what a woman told me. You know what I'm saying? Got to Orlando, got in school. Girl attracted to me because I'm not trying to sleep with her, not trying to have sex with her. She want me to be the thug nigga. My homeboy LeRon called me, said, what up, Burn? Where you at? She said, who is Burn? I want to meet him. She ain't like Jason, the well-spoken guy who yes and knowed her. You know what I'm saying? She wanted the nigga who's gonna talk to her reckless. Bitch, shut up and all that. That's what she wanted. And I went from being a nigga in college with a 3.17 grade point average, going to school for drafting in the Stein, working, hanging out with Etwan, a positive brother in the NBA, to back to selling weed, fucking every bitch in Orlando. Now she hate me, won't even talk to me, but she ain't try to keep that focused man on track. So ladies, if y'all run across a man and he's focused on his future and he knows what he wants and he's attempting to get that, if you're not finna fall in line and assist that man with going in that direction, leave him alone, because you either gonna mentally or physically distract him. You know what I mean? And you don't mean him no good if everything that he's doing productive is just making you horny. You wanna fuck. Well, I'm not thinking about fucking. All of us is not sex crazy motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I practiced celibacy for 6 months. From December 28th, my mother's birthday, last time I slept with a girl, this was 2018, going into 2019. Her name was Jasmine. She was just a friend. We ended up fucking on some playing cards, drinking. But December 28th, 2018, going into 2019, right before I started comedy, to June, I practiced celibacy. So when I got back into dating and dealing with girls and got my confidence back, I wasn't solely interested in sex. And I had a lot of women, what, you ain't interested in me, or you don't like me, because I wasn't trying to sleep with them. You know? So women, y'all gotta utilize y'all power in a lot more different ways. You know what I'm saying? Other than just being attracted to a man for when you meet him, he got his shit in order, because you don't know what he overcoming or what he overcame to get his shit in order for you to think you can just start messing with him and playing with him, and because the only trick you got to entice him is your pussy. You not, you know what I mean? You know? So fellas, you know, if you, and another thing, fellas, especially my young brothers, if you dealing in the streets or running the streets, you really wasting your time hanging with a group of men for more than 2-3 hours, and y'all ain't talking about nothing business involved. Too much time around men, y'all gonna fuck around, turn to enemies. That's how every generation does it. It's mental health. You cannot stay around people in your winning season who are negative and sad and depressed. They eventually gonna want what you have. That's just how that goes. You know, mental health is a serious issue, man. You know, a lot of it starts from home. I had a lot of issues, not issues, but I had a lot of issues with women because they felt like I was not as compassionate, or like I was kind of cold on the hoe. You know what I'm saying? Brutally honest. But I got that from my father, my stepfather, Jonas Harvey. You know, I remember as a young man, you know, I used to he used to go out on Saturday night, come in 3-4 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Talking shit, you know what I'm saying? So it went from being a crazy thing to norm to damn enough shit was entertaining after a while, you know what I mean? So I remember one time vividly, the nigga came home, and I guess he was trying to get some head from my mama, right? So he ain't trying to get, I'm in the room, it's like 3 in the morning. I'm supposed to be asleep. He trying to get some head from my mama, so I guess she wouldn't give him no head. I hear this nigga say, "I bet you suck Judison dick, didn't you?" And I found the shit funny. It was funny, you know what I'm saying? Because I had been, had become so accustomed and so used to verbal abuse and motherfucker talking to a woman crazy and calling them bitches, that it became my native language towards women, you know, which mentally wasn't a good thing. You know what I'm saying? And now that I've identified all the negative influence that I've had in my life, and I've already put into practice not being that person, you know what I'm saying, any longer, and becoming a man, you know what I mean, not being a little boy out here in these streets, you know what I'm saying, not hanging with people to smoke and drink. That's over. You know what I mean? I have no desire to just hang out, ride around, drink and smoke with you. Now we can drink and have a smoke, but we have to be doing something constructive, be it a podcast. We have to be having a serious conversation about life and things that's going on. You know what I mean? Because I'm 38, man. I'm dealing with different issues. And a lot of people in the inner cities are ignorant. You know what I mean? To health issues. Like for instance, I have gout, and gout is it's too many purines in your body. It's just what you're eating, too much red meat, alcohol, things of that nature. And it basically is just inflammation. You know what I mean? And it starts in your toe, and then it goes from your toe. If you're not taking care of it, it goes to your toe, to your knee, to all your joints. Anywhere you got a bursa. A bursa is just like a little sack, ball sack up under your knee, shoulders, both knees, both elbows, got bursts. So I'm talking to a gentleman from Guthrie, nigga named Duran. His nickname is Draws, but I call him Underwear. And I'm telling Draws, I say, yeah, man, motherfucker foot fucked up on me, man. This motherfucking gout. And I was like, man, I'm over pain like a motherfucking gout. He told me, man, you better stop fucking them hoes, Raw. What? Fuck is you talking about? Nigga, only motherfucker look sick is you. I ain't shit wrong with me. Fuck you talking about? I have no problem going to get this motherfucker check. And I'm going to tell the woman who I'm dealing with, or women I'm dealing with, what the fuck going on with me. You know what I mean? And I never say her name on no shit like this, but thank God when I did go tell that young lady that I got burnt. Fortunately, she went to go get herself checked out. She said she wasn't burnt. You know what I mean? So it was the other bitch that burned. You know what I'm saying? Fortunately for me, I never had anything that wasn't 7 days curable. You know what I mean? A lot of men, they don't like talking about it. And this shit happens every day. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even talking to their kids about this shit. And this shit happens every day. I had some young homies at my boy Terry house. They running the train on a young lady. They all teenagers. They up there running the train or whatever, you know. They come downstairs. One of the young boys go to the bathroom. He just get to wiping himself off with tissue. Like no water, no soap, no nothing. They have no knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all got daughters, man, y'all should be checking on them to make sure they don't need to go get no fucking checkup, because these little niggas is nasty. I'm telling you, I've been around them. I go around and I'm dropping the news. You know what I mean? Because I don't have any old associates that I used to hang with that I can kick, you know what I'm saying, grown man conversation to like this with. So shit, you know what I mean? When I tried to get a couple cats to do the podcast thing. A couple cats, they just in different cities, so we weren't able to put those things together yet. But cats that's in the area or was around me that I was laying these ideas on, they didn't want to do it. So I said, you know, I know for a fact I'm smarter than these niggas. I know for a fact I'm more honest than these niggas. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact that it's meant for this shit to be out here in the world, you know what I mean, in the universe. So, you know, if I can't have a conversation with people in my community because they're too small-minded, then it's time for me to take this conversation to the world. You know what I mean? So I'm putting my shit out there. I'm putting my face out there. I'm not really concerned whether or not men take to this shit, because I've been dealing with, especially from East Chicago, fake, phony motherfuckers all my motherfucking life. So to my sisters out there, if y'all got young sons, young kings that y'all raising, or young queens, let them hear this shit, because it's necessary, especially if it ain't no man in the house. You know what I mean? And if I can't get y'all to tune in with me with the comedy, then I'm gonna have to get you with the church. So to my fellas out there who seeing this shit, watching this shit, not sharing it, and feeling like, even with my comedy, feel like you ain't gonna come out and support the comedy, but you done ran my name through the mud, that's cool. I'm stepping on your name anytime I feel like it, you know what I mean? Because you stepped on mine. So if I feel like talking about you at a show, I'm gonna talk about you by name whenever I feel like it, because you ain't had the gall to call me like a man and holler at me about the situations that you felt like you had a difference of opinion with me with, or whatever. Because anybody I ever had an issue with, I went to them personally and tried to talk to them. Now, if we ain't get back cool after that, it's because they full of shit. Period. So, you know, I'm putting all my truths out to the world. You know what I mean? I ain't ashamed of anything I went through. I ain't ashamed of anything I overcame. I'm not embarrassed. You know what I mean? And I damn sure ain't scared of nothing. You know what I mean? So I look forward to being successful in these next few years. You know what I mean? And I'm going to keep these videos coming. Understand that I'm learning as I go. Just touching on topics, learning new things. And I'm trying to reach out to brothers. I actually reached out to brother Chris Brown yesterday trying to buy some of his merchandise to wear. He didn't respond. He didn't respond yet. Reached out to brother Joe McClain. Asked him, hey bro, I'm interested in writing a book. That's basically what I'm doing with this here. I ain't got the time to sit there and pen my life story. But if I talk it and record it, I can revisit it, take it to a motherfucker that's his expertise. So Joseph McClain never responded to me about being interested in wanting to write a book. I'm starting to look at these individuals who on social media asking for support and promoting their businesses as if they feel like people are stepping into their lane, you know what I'm saying, or their area, and we're slow to help each other, but quick to talk about each other. Ain't that something? You know, it's sad, you know, when you have an individual or individuals dealing with drug problems, and we say to each other, oh, I'm cutting him off. Well, you was never a friend to him to begin with, so you never shouldn't have been hanging with him. And since you're going to cut him off, make sure you keep your words and your opinion to your motherfucking self. You ain't got no business or no right going to tell nobody what that man do in his personal time, in his apartment, with his motherfucking ounce of cocaine, or his money, or his car. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't going to help him when you see him struggling. We gotta get that shit together. You know what I mean? Because that gossiping shit is the problem. You know, you going to tell you, oh man, that nigga JB, man, JB. And then you, a bitch ass nigga, for sitting there listening to it, because what you should be telling the nigga, call that man and holler at him. You know what I mean? So niggas running around talking about they steppers and killers, and nigga, so the fuck what? Is you a real OG? Is you a real man? Or you a chatty patty and bitch? You know what I mean? We need to figure this shit out. So I'm telling all adult niggas who try to come around me or affiliate with me, hey, listen, we need to be doing some business, or you need to go build you a cutlass on your motherfucking video game, son. And that's how I'm talking to you. Because we 38 years old, and if you ain't on no business, you need to get away from me, because I'm telling you, I'm going to piss you the fuck off, and you know I will take it to Facebook. You know I'll take it to Facebook. I'll call you all kind of bitch ass niggas on Facebook, nigga. Whole ass nigga. And we can meet wherever you want to meet. You know what I'm saying? So please leave me alone. Don't bother me. Leave my name out of it. If somebody come to you and mention my name, tell, hey man, go call that man. If not, use a bitch ass nigga and use part of the problem. And if you have an issue with it, contact me. I answer all phone calls. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, once I figure out how to really work this shit, I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna start putting my number at the bottom. So you niggas can call me and we can talk about this shit while we on live, and I can get paid, and you niggas can stay the fuck where you at in the gutter doing nothing but gossiping and sharing your opinions with niggas who ain't doing nothing and ain't gonna do nothing but watch time and years continue to go by. You know? So mental health sometimes involves isolation. If you can't get it from your woman, isolate yourself, leave, get the fuck out the community, get your mind together. You understand what I'm saying? Physical health, take your ass to a gym, start drinking water. It's a lot of well-dressed, dried up, sick-looking motherfuckers in East Chicago. We need to get that shit together. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let it be known. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was going through my ordeal, ain't nobody tell me shit but my mama. She said, nigga, you looking dried up. You need to get your shit together. And I love the truth. I love it. Tell me. I've never had a problem with nobody going to tell people anything I did as long as it was true. But it got to be true. Now, if I get the cussing the motherfucker out, they lying on something. You know what I'm saying? If you see me cussing the motherfucker out, they not telling the whole truth, bro. You know what I'm saying? Period. Because if they is, I'm going to say, nigga ain't lying. Nigga ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? But if they capping, I gotta call you on that, because I'm the most honest motherfucker alive. I mean that. I stand on that. And if there's anybody who ever heard something, want to know something, you want to try to call my bluff, let me know. I'll go on stage and talk about it. You hear me? Matter of fact, when I post this video, put it in the comment section, nigga, and I'll go address it on stage in front of everybody, just to show you niggas y'all ain't built like me. You heard me? Anybody can be a stepper. Can you be honest, though? Get your health together. Get your physical and your mental health together, man. Start taking care of these women. Stop running around this motherfucker. Not taking care of yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Go to the doctor, get yourself checked out. We approaching 40. It's almost time for a colonoscopy, my boy. We've been eating a lot of bullshit. You feel me? Make sure y'all going to the doctor, get your insurance together. You too motherfucking old to be, you too young to be losing teeth, my nigga. Go get you a motherfucking job. Get your dental plan in order. Fuck is wrong with you niggas, man? I ain't really understanding this shit. Over and out. Killing the hood mentality. Part 4. Men's health. You know what I'm saying? Mental and physical. And a whole bunch of motherfucking honest testimony from Mr. Blair. Make sure y'all read Hebrews 5:10 through 14. Amen.